Hi and welcome to Pharmalife Education YouTube channel. In the series of biochemistry videos, our next topic was nucleic acids. In this video, I'm going to explain you how the nucleic acids has been sequenced and what is the combination of this DNA and as well as RNA. And coming to the first one, definition of nucleic acids. It is a complex of organic substances present in the living cells, especially in the DNA and RNA. Mainly we will be considering that in the DNA and RNA, and whose molecules consisting of many nucleotides. Just represent nucleotides in this manner in N plus N plus N plus N plus go on like that, which gives you nucleotides. Whereas amino acids plus amino acid called as a protein. Simple thing, right? Nucleotides combination can be called as a nucleic acid. Amino acids combination can be called as a proteins. Coming to the classification of nucleic acids. So classification of nucleic acids was been divided into two categories. One is DNA and next one was RNA. And next, going to the components of nucleic acids. So these nucleic acids consisting of nitrogenous base as well as 5 carbon sugar. The combination of nitrogenous base and 5 carbon sugar can be called as an nucleosides, and this nucleosides plus phosphate group can be called as an nucleotides. So combination of nucleotides can be called as an again nucleic acids, right? So coming to the in detail of nitrogenous bases, and this nitrogenous was divided into two categories. Mainly they are purines and pyrimidines. So these are general structures for purines as well as pyrimidines. And coming to the examples of purines, they are adenosine, which will be represented with A, guanine with G, thymine with T, cytosine C, uracil U. So you can see the structures here. Next one was minor bases. Apart from major bases, we are also having minor nitrogenous bases. There are 5-methyl cytosine, which is used in the DNA of animals and higher plants, N-methyl adenosine in bacterial DNA, 5-hydroxy-methyl cytosine in bacteria infected with certain bacteriophages, and pseudouracil is identical to uracil, which we have already seen in the previous slide. And other important bases apart from this minor bases was hypoxanthine and xanthine, which are intermediates in the purine synthesis. So purines will be synthesized in our body itself. Purines and pyrimidines will be synthesized in our body itself. So these are the two components which are intermediates of the purines, and uric acid is an end product of purine degradation. So synthesis as well as degradation will be taken place in the cell itself. And next one was sugars in the nucleic acids. So these sugars basically of two types. One is ribose and one is deoxyribose. The difference between ribose and deoxyribose was the presence of oxygen in the second carbon as well as absence of oxygen in the second carbon is deoxyribose. And next one was phosphate. So this is phosphate structure, PO4 minus 3. And next one was, next we will see how this attachment of nitrogenous bases, sugars and phosphates will be taking place. So this is the structure of adenine. This is the structure of adenine. This is the structure of adenine. You can see the structure of adenine. When the adenine was binding with ribose, a 5-membered carbon, we are calling this combination as a nucleoside. The name of this nucleoside was adenosine. The name of this nucleoside was adenosine. When this adenosine or nucleoside binding with phosphate can be called as a nucleotide. The name of this nucleotide was adenosine monophosphate. And next one, if this adenosine was binding with two phosphates, it can be called as an adenosine diphosphate. If this adenosine was binding with three phosphates, it can be called as an adenosine triphosphate. And next one, what happened if, because we are calling this as an ADP or ATP, right? ATP. What happens if this was a deoxyribose sugar? Because this is an example of ribose sugar. What happens if it is a deoxyribose sugar? We will see now. Right, this is an example here. So how we need to call this one? This is a deoxyribose sugar, different from the ribose sugar, where we need to call this one as an DATP. This can be called as an DATP. And now we have changed the ribose 5-membered carbon. Now we will change and see what happens if the base was being changed here. Now the same thing, but we have taken here as a ribose sugar as an example. Now if the base was being changed, this is nothing but thymine. So don't get confused between thiamine and thiamine. Thiamine is an vitamin, thiamine is an nitrogenous base here. So this is thiamine structure. So combination of this thiamine and nitrogenous, sorry, 5-membered carbon sugar can be called as an thymidine. It can be called as an thymidine. So thymidine, when reacts with 3 phosphates, it can be called as an TTP, thymidine triphosphate. And next example was CAMP. What is this CAMP? So it was stated that one molecule of phosphate was attached to adenosine. So this is the combination of adenosine, and this is one phosphate. We can call this as an one monophosphate. And what is the difference between AMP and CAMP was the phosphate in the previous case was attached with only one carbon, but in this case it was attached with the same ribose in 2 positions. That is the reason how it was been forming a cyclic structure. So this is called, we are calling this as an cyclic AMP. In next slide we will see how this DNA nitrogenous bases or nucleotides was combining with each other. This is a single nucleotide base, which this one is thiamine and this is deoxyribose. So we can call this as an TDDT. This is monophosphate, we are calling this as a monophosphate, DTMP. And whenever other nucleotide was been coming and attaching, so the name of this one was this is adenosine, right? And combination, this combination is nothing but adenosine, DAMP, adenosine, deoxy adenosine monophosphate, right? So the combinations of this go on increasing and forms a single strand of DNA, like this. So go on, it will be adding like this. So both are same. So this is DTMP, this is DAMP. And next one was, this is different little bit. So this is DGMP. This is guanine structure. This is GMP, right? So this is what the sequence, how the single strand of DNA was being formed. And what is the difference between 3 strand and 5 strand, 5 dash and 3 dash? So here the 5th carbon was free and now this was ready to attach with the other one. So what is this 5 and 3? So coming to the ribose, this is the first carbon which was already attached to the nitrogenous base. Second carbon was also having a role here as deoxy, and third carbon was attached to the phosphate, and fifth carbon was also attached to the phosphate. This fifth carbon was set free, whereas in this condition the fifth carbon was attached to another phosphate and third carbon was attached to the other phosphate. This was continuous like this, right? So here fifth carbon was free, so the free carbon can be given as a name as on 5 dash. Coming to this condition, here the third carbon was free, so we can call that as an 3 dash. So 5 dash to 3 dash, we can call this as an 5 dash to 3 dash terminal. And coming to the next one, so this is what inverted structures. So better understanding, I have inverted the structure and I have given the same thing, same structure. So this one and this one was same, right? So next one, so same thing, right? Same thing I am combining and I am showing you, so for a better understanding. Sorry. So this is what the sequence here. So the same structure, whatever I have written on the left side, I have inverted it and I have shown you on the right hand side. So what is that this two? So this is 5 dash to 3 dash terminal. And what about this? Here the third carbon was set free, so we can call this as 3 dash terminal, and here the fifth carbon was free, so we can call this as 5 dash terminal. So 5 dash terminal to 3 dash terminal will be attached to the 3 dash terminal to the 5 dash terminal in the DNA, right? And how these two strands will be attached, I will explain you in the next slide, right? This is adenine structure, this is thiamine and this is cytosine. I will take this nitrogenous bases specifically and I will explain you now. Now this adenine will be reacting with the thiamine with the help of a hydrogen bond, like this. So this nitrogen will be forming a hydrogen bond with the other nitrogen, and this nitrogen will be forming a hydrogen bond with the oxygen. The same thing. Always remember the sequence here: A binding with P with 2 bonds, and C or G will be binding with alternative thing with 3 bonds. So C triple bond G, A double bond T. So have you understood why it was double bond? Right. Coming to the triple bond here. So N bonding like oxygen with this, and amine will be reacting with amine, and oxygen will be reacting with nitrogen here. So this is why A is equal to A double bond T and C triple bond G. So just combining this one in this condition, so just arise like this, right? Just combining these two. So here it will be a little tricky to understand. So you can take this previous example and you can learn this one. So like this, sorry, like this, like this. So you can bind like this, because this and all Ta combination, everything will be a double bond here. Everything will be a double bond, but here it will be like this. It will not cross, but due to the variation in the diagram, I have written like that. But for better understanding, you can understand how the sequence of the DNA will be like looking like this, right? So here is the example how the binding will be taking place in the DNA. So these are all the nucleobases of DNA, and these are all the nucleobases of RNA. In the difference between DNA and RNA bases was thymine and uracil. The absence of thymine in RNA as well as absence of uracil in the DNA is a major differences here, and remaining was same, right? And this is what the single strand of RNA. This is what the single strand of RNA structures, right? Hope you have understood this video. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to Pharma Life Education YouTube channel. Thank you.